Hello guys, it's me, Big Dave, and today we're doing another Raid Shadow Legends video, and specifically we're doing the most hated boss in Doom Tower, Bommal the Dreadhorn. So I'll go over the run, then I'll go over the champs, I'll go over the gear. A big shout out has to be given to my man, Fusebox. I'll link his channel and the original video to this in the description below, because he came out with this video. I asked him could I use it, so he agreed, so yeah. So I'll leave that in the description below, but I'll go over the run. I'll start the run on the boss because the run does take quite a long time, and then we'll go over the champs, go over the gear. It's an all epic affair, so there's no Legos in here, so I've tried to make it as free to play friendly as I can. So yeah, I'll go over the run and we'll get started. So hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you on the other side.
Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
Hello guys, So that's it. That was the run. Fairly self-explanatory, as you probably saw. Pretty much all healing. Most of the damage comes from War Master and Giant Slayer. But I'll go over the kits of the champs, and their replacements. I will be honest, there are not many. This is very, very specific. But I will go over that as best I can for you. So, right, let's get into the champs. This down. Right, let's go to the Bastion. And into the, not the index, champions. Okay. So, right, we'll start with Godseeker and Eerie. Absolutely amazing champ. If you've got it and you haven't built her, do it. Absolutely amazing. I wish I could find more places to use her. Like at the moment, she's Bommal, and I use her in the faction in Sacred Order. But she's an amazing champ. Kind of wish I'd had her like early game. Absolutely amazing champ for progression. Yeah, so outstanding champ. So yeah, I'll go over her kit. The reason she's in here, I'll go over why she's in here, is this. It increases the amount of healing allies receive by 10%. So that's a passive continuously. So every time Vogoth heal, 10% extra. Every time Vrask heals, 10% extra. It's straight across the board. It's an absolutely amazing passive, but you would expect it on a Void. But yeah, an outstanding champ. And as you probably didn't notice in the video, Vogoth dies in the beginning, because what happens is that he comes in with, he takes a big hit, because he's taking the damage for everybody, gets him down to about 30% left, and the bombs go off and take him out. But then this is why she's here, because she can come in with a instant res, bring him back, and we golden. I hope not to rely upon this later on, because obviously you don't want people dying. But that is the risk with this comp, is that Vogoth will get targeted, because he'll be hit twice in the beginning. So yeah, and then he gets a very decent chance of dying. But that's why she's here. And the healing and the A2. A2 is brilliant. Heals everyone by their max HP. Obviously that's a lot of HP. And extends the duration of buffs. Don't really need that here, because there's no buffs apart from the naughty one the Doom Priest puts on. We'll get into that in a second. And obviously heals the lowest by 5% on her A1. So yeah, that also helps too. Booking her is an absolute must. Masteries, I've gone offense down to War Master. So a very typical clan bossy kind of build. Not that you use this girl in clan boss. And then I would go down the, well, you can use her in clan boss, I think. A lot of guys use her in the affinity comp because of the extend. So you go down, I've gone for Exalt on Death. So that only really helps in waves, doesn't really help on the boss. Lay on hands, extra healing. Same thing with your extra healing with the Healing Savior. Merciful Aid increases the amount of shield buffs. We don't actually put any buffs, shield buffs anyway. Cycle of Magic, get back to your moves quicker. And I've gone Spirit Haste because someone dies, she'll go a little bit faster. It's just the way that it is. So yeah, nice champ for that. So can she be replaced? Sort of, but I'll get into that at the end. It's probably easier to explain after I've shown you the champs. So we're going to Doom Priest next. So, Godseeker is in regen anymore, so you guys know. And that's her stats. I've got to put her stats up. So 62,000, 202 speed. She's got the highest defense. I'll probably need more defense later on for the higher levels. But again, you mitigate that when you get there. So that's what I'm going to do anyway. So yeah, that's Godseeker. We'll get into my girl Doom Priest, MVP here. An absolute must. No question about it. The only thing I don't like about her is this. So this gets knocked off because you don't want extra buffs. You stay away from buffs, which is why I think, like some people have mentioned to me, use Tuhanarak. Tuhanarak puts on too many buffs. Increased defense, revive on death, all those stuff. You don't want them. Because if Bommal then strips them with a bomb, that's 3 extra bombs, and that's game over. So yeah, you try and keep this to as minimal as buffs as you can. The other drawback to her is this. Even if you build her with no crit, she will put it on somebody. I wish there was a way to like, disable that, but you can't. You just have to build it with as low as crit as possible and hope it doesn't proc in the worst moments. And to be fair, that's where this isn't 100%. It isn't because of this. Because if this lands on a Vogoth or a Godseeker, and Godseeker dies, that's pretty much the end of the run. Because you won't be able to get the healing. And obviously Godseeker can help us with the res, which also kind of helps now and again. And as you can probably see, I haven't put any books into her, except for here. But yeah, obviously she's here for this. The removing of the buffs, debuffs, so she removes the HP burn, which is a must. You do not want that staying on. And that's her job. Her job is to go fast. She's my lead, so she get the extra speed boost with Sinesha. So yeah, this is why you have her. The other stuff is peripheral. I honestly wish you could knock that crit rate thing off, because it's a nightmare. But it is what it is. Masteries. I've gone with keeping her alive, because that's just the way I've gone with it. War Master to get the extra damage. So you build it, you fight it almost like a clan boss fight in a weird kind of way. So I've gone down the support tree. So obviously gone for the extra crit. I should go on attack to avoid it. I should have really. So Life Drinker for the extra heals. Wrath of the Slain. Bring it down for the extra, just extra damage stuff. And here, Blast Proof for the AoE damage that you will take from the big AoE he hits you with, because he's all AoE effectively. Receives extra healing and value shield buffs from this champion. We've gone Shadow Heal, not so much for this. Resurgence, so she removes a debuff, so she might remove the stun. Delay on death. Retribution and Deterrence, so she has a chance to go again. Not good because she'll put another increase on, but that's the way I've gone with her. You can go down the support tree to get the extra healing, but that's entirely up to you. I went this way and it works, so yeah. So that's Doom Priest. Next is Sinesha. So Sinesha is in Immortal and Resilience. It's gear I had lying around basically. I've got it to that sweet spot, which is about 60 to 70,000. 80,000 would be nice, but 60, 70 is fine. 70 is what you're aiming for. 2,677 defense. I want a bit more. But if she stays alive, she will heal and keep our team alive. And she does a little bit of damage, but we haven't got crit on her, so it is what it is. 260. That gets bumped by the aura. Don't really need any of the accuracy, resist, that kind of stuff. It's basically all on the HP and defense and speed. That is it. And you whittle him down by using War Master. So that's Sinesha. We'll go over our masteries. So again, very similar to Doom Priests. We've gone down the offense tree for War Master, which is how we end up taking his health down and defeating him. So again, going back over it again, very similar to you like you do in Clan Boss. So I've gone down Heart of Glory, because it will be near full health most of the time. Bring it down to War Master, and then Resurgence, Delay on Death, the AoE so she doesn't take a big hit. So yeah, I wish there was a way I could put this on everybody, but you need the extra healings for the other champs. So we'll go into Vogoth, one of the best champs here. Regen. I've gone Perception for the extra speed. His speed is low. I need more speed out of him. Again, I only have a 4. Is that a 4-star or 5-star? I've only got a 5-star boot. I'm trying to get a 6 to give him that extra, put him above 200. So yeah, well, near 200. Vogoth is absolute key here. His passive is insane. So as soon as Bommal goes, you get a top up of healing, as you saw in the video, which really does help. I've put him in Giant Slayer. The reason I like him is this. Whenever the champion is attacked, heals all enemies by 50% of the damage received. So he effectively tops you up when you get hit. You can, if you haven't got all of these champs, you could run another one of this guy. Again, the only trouble with Vogoth is the fact that if you read this, not this one, sorry, Festering Dynamo, only heals by 25% of the damage from boss attacks. This champion only sees half the heals that all the others receive. So he needs to be topped up. The boss, as you probably noticed in the video, takes more of his health than anybody else's, even though he's got the most health in the team, pretty much, apart from Vrask, 71k. So yeah, you have to keep him topped up. So we'll go over his masteries. So we've gone down the healing tree, the healing side of the support tree. So go for the extra HP, lay on hands for the extra heals, healing savior again for more heals, merciful aid. So increases the healing when anyone's under sleep, stun, fear, or true fear. So you want it for the stun. Cycle of magic, so he cycles back through to his moves, and sniper, because I obviously use him in other places, and giant slayer because of his 3-hit A1. What I do with this guy though is same with doing on the presets. I knock her A2 off, and in his case, I knock off his AOE because I only want the A1. I want the damage coming from the A1. The A3, I think, puts on a buff. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you don't want it. You don't want the decrease attack because it means another buff that he can lay on Volgoth. So you run the A1. So you knock Wave of Revolution? Revulsion? Wave of Revulsion. Tongue twisting name. So you knock this off. This off. Knock this off. And keep it off. Yeah, and then obviously you won't get the decreased attack. As nice as that would be, it means an extra debuff when you lay a debuff on him. It just is what it is. So, and then the last one then, we'll go back to it, my bad. The man, the myth, Vrask. I've got Vrask in Relentless. Go over his stats. So we've got 85 HP because he's got, he's up there with some of the highest HP champs in the game. 1,726 defense. I want that higher. Above 2,000 would be nice. 198 speed. Preferably above 200 if you can get it. So that's his stats. The reason we use him is obviously his cannibalism passive that heals everyone when he crits, so he needs full crit. So I think I've gone crit rate, yeah. I've got as much crit, as much HP as I can get on the subs. And then masteries, I've gone to keep him alive. He is strong affinity here, same as Volgoth, which will help. It doesn't help Volgoth on the passive, but it does help on the hits. Because obviously if you weak hits, you still get the heals. So it's all good. So what we did here, we went down improved parry, rejuvenation for the healing, resurgent, which takes off the buff, which is debuff I should say, delay on death, retribution, and deterrence, so that he has a chance to counterattack when he lays a stun, and there are going to be stuns because the bombs will go off. So yeah, if you're thinking about other champs, you can use 2 Vrasks. I've seen another content creator use 3. You can, if you want to, if you've got them. A lot easier because it keeps your team topped up and you just put War Master on all of them. And then that's where you get your damage. So the options you've got are another Volgoth or an extra Vrask. In the case of Sinesha, you could replace her with a Vrask or Volgoth. You don't really need Sinesha. If you've got 2 Volgoths, run 2 Volgoths. If you've got 2 Vrasks, run 2 Vrasks. They are the 2 MVPs here. Because you've got the healing coming from... You got healing coming every turn. Every single turn. Every time the boss attacks, you get a heal. It's as simple as that. Because Volgoth will do 1 heal, and then Vrask will go, he'll heal. If he does proc Relentless, he'll be able to then just heal even more. So yeah. So if you can, guys, if you don't mind, pop a sub, hit a comment. If you want to know anything more, I've got videos coming out over the next week or so, in about a couple of days. Obviously, when this guy comes back around on 50, I'm going to try and use the same comp. We'll probably have to change gear slightly, but I'll be putting that out as and when it drops. I'll link my Discord and my Twitch, and obviously the guy that gave me the idea for this, Fusebox, my man. No, give him great credit. He always helps me out. He'll be in the comment section. He really does help me out here. Because I was struggling with this. I was struggling to think of an idea, and he said, "Why don't you try this?" And at the time, I didn't have Vogoth, so I couldn't do it. And then 2 weeks after the rotation ended, we got Vogoth, so that was it. Then we built it. So yeah. So I'll leave his channel in the description and the video he used, the previous video to this one, because that goes over how he did it. He uses Burgoth instead of Sinesha, so it's entirely up to you. But even he mentioned in the video that multiple Vogoths or multiple Vrasks will get you through this. So yeah, I hope you're all having a great festive period. Hope you're all enjoying playing Raid. And if there's anything you don't, leave a comment in the comment section. And it's me, Big Dave, out.